Accepting my buddy, the unknown. My best friend is one of the smartest people I know. He's also super stubborn, a person of few words, and yet incredibly kind and generous. Most importantly, he taught me the power of acceptance. We've been friends since we were 14 years old. In high school, we played sports together, and he was there for me when my first love broke my heart. In college, we were freshman roommates and went on outdoor adventures all the time. When my grandmother, who helped raise me, died, he was there for me. In fact, after the funeral, we took off on a long road trip, a week-long sea kayaking adventure in Baja, California. You get to know someone on a road trip. You really get to know them when you're the only two people and you've been soaking in salt water and sunblock without showering for several days. On the way home, I remember we were talking about dating. I couldn't understand why he wouldn't just ask someone out on a date. Even if he liked the person, he just wouldn't say anything. It drove me nuts. Why rob yourself of an opportunity? I must have asked him a gazillion different reasons why not, and given him all the reasons why he should. It just wasn't his way. I remember looking at him in silence as he was driving. I realized that I wasn't going to change him. All I could do was accept him for who he is and enjoy the ride. Something changed in me in that moment. I could suddenly see him more fully. My heart grew bigger, and our friendship has only grown stronger. Acceptance is powerful. It has helped me with relationships, but it wasn't until I started to practice gratitude that I learned to apply acceptance to my life overall. My primitive instinct is control. I have a deep desire for autonomy and self-determination. It makes me great at being an entrepreneur because it leans into the classic idea that if you want to know the future, invent it. However, control and uncertainty do not always go well together. Fear made me want to be more controlling. My fear would feed on uncertainty, which would then starve my natural curiosity and optimism. For a long time, I've moved through the world with a force of will. It's only been in the last few years that I've learned that I can work with instead of against what I now call my buddy, the unknown. A few years ago, I started to call the unknown my buddy. Whenever I could feel my sense of control trying to force something to happen, I would pause and say to myself, accept your buddy, the unknown, for what it is. The unknown doesn't reveal what it wants until it wants to. It is full of surprises, and the more I accept my buddy, the unknown, the more optimistic and joyful I become. Even when my buddy, the unknown, gives me something bad, I just deal with it. Acceptance does not mean having to suffer. It just means choosing how we want to live in any given moment. Me, I want to hang with my buddy. He's always been there for me. What in your life can you start to accept? What can you let go of to be more accepting? Write in your gthx journal what you want to accept more of in your life.